with RJ Ahmed. As I think day before yesterday, we had an amazing interview with RJ Ahmed. We talked about his story, his journey, and everything which he wanted to share with us. And we had a good chit chat with him. But yes, we are back again just for focusing on Dream 100, especially because I have literally asked RJ Ahmed to give me only 5 minutes if he can, and he yes agreed. So yes, guys, do focus on this interview because it will be really crisp and focusing on what Dream 100 is and how it can really benefit you and anyone who is looking out to make his business big. Right. So yes, welcome back, RJ Ahmed,
Hey
on my
Rahul,
show,
what's
The
up?
Entrepreneurs.
Thank you so much.
Good, I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm awesome. Absolutely.
Great, great. So yes, today I'll be focusing on Dream 100, and I want you to tell the audience that what exactly Dream 100 is and how
Yeah.
does it work. I mean, that's your expertise, so I think you must talk much about that.
Yeah, for sure. So if people don't know about what Dream 100 is, Dream 100 is basically a concept of how you create a relationship with those high and A-level influencers out there in your niche. So you can create a relationship in such a way so that ultimately they promote your products. So that is what Dream 100 is all about. And it could work out like for any niche out there. If anyone is a doctor, anyone is working in real estate out there, guys like us who are working in internet marketing space, it work in any particular niche. And yeah, so that is what particularly D100 is all about. That's what D100 is.
Okay. So, I mean, if you're gonna, I mean, elaborate it more because literally I also didn't get it
Yeah,
absolutely.
so let me explain you in simple words. You probably gonna understand. For example, for us, like
Yeah.
the people who are affiliate marketers, let's say I'm an affiliate marketer, I
Hmm.
promote products, that is affiliate products. Understand
Okay.
who are those affiliate marketers who are literally hiring people out there who have a lot of customers, lot of people in their plate. Who you think about
Hmm.
when you think about affiliate marketing? Like who are those guys? Like what do you think about, Rahul? Like who you think about those affiliate marketers when you think about?
Yeah, I could figure out the names which come into my mind is Doc Bocton
Yeah,
and yes, Wilhelm Winald. Obviously, he's also a good friend of mine. Then Spencer McCam, Steve J Larsen. I
yeah,
can remember these names.
yeah. But if you, yeah, 100%, like William, Doug, everyone it doesn't matter what type of levels. There are some type of level of influencers out there, or Dream 100, A
Yeah.
level, B level, C level. Like you think about A level guy people like Russell, like Tony Robbins, like Dean, and then
Hmm.
on B level it could be like Steve Larsen, or it could be Spencer, and then on C level or B level can also include Doug, and then on C level is William Vinal and other people like
True.
guys like us. We can be on C level. Imagine one thing:
Right.
these people have warm audiences that they are like just venting in and they're starting to buy products. They have a lot of audiences out there that they can go in and sell. Hundreds, even like millions of people out there, like guys like Russell Brunson have millions of people in his list.
True.
So what we do is we create relations with those people so that in the long term they promote our products just because they already have their warm, hot traffic out there that they have nurtured. They have figured out everything on their
Hmm.
own, and we create relations with them. So there's gonna be a time where they're gonna promote our products to their audience, which is already ready to buy from that particular person. Because for example, if we're targeting
Okay.
Spencer
Uh-huh.
people are like fired up every freaking time whenever he launches a product. So, for example, if he launch
Right.
your product on behalf of you or promote your product on behalf of you, his audience is already ready because Spencer is the guy who's promoting on behalf of you. You know, so
Yeah.
that is what Dream 100 comes up, and that is what Dream 100 is all about. So you need to identify who your Dream 100 is in what niche. Like for you, when you talked about affiliate marketing, you knew who you were
Hmm.
thinking about, and it
Yeah.
doesn't matter that it need to be 100 people. It could be
Hmm.
10, 20. Steve had only one person, that was Russell, when he started out as D100. He had just Russell Brunson in his list. Then the list eventually grows. I personally don't even have 100 people into my list right now. I have probably 40, out of which I've already nurtured 37 or 38 people out there
Oh,
into my
brilliant.
D100
Brilliant.
list. So it doesn't need it even don't need to be 30 or 40. It can be 10 and you're completely fine, because the amount of people that you have in your list, the number of effort that you need to take. Because you can't go after like one person out there. Okay, you need to go with multiple people to nurture, to create a relation with them. Otherwise, if you're spending time with one person, it's going to take you a lot of time to nurture all of them, like a lot of time, rather than you spending your time on social media, try to watch other people what they're doing. You can get into the world of your dream 100 to see what they are doing. Because a lot of time it happens, most people like
Okay.
a lot of people have talked and mentioned that, hey, we try to reach out to dream 100, but they say no, even no for the interview, blah blah blah. I'm like, before you reach out to
Hmm.
ask anything, just be sure what's happening in their world.
Hmm.
It could be something that they're working on. It's probably their launch. It's probably
Right.
they don't have like current situation to even work on their own stuff, like something like that. So you need to identify what's happening in their own world before you even go in and ask. Okay. And one of the best example I want to mention over here, Catherine had 5 day free training out there that she done in the past. So
Hmm.
what was the biggest problem that she had? She was providing her link and she was talking about, just go for https.like designhacking.com, like plus slash 5 day training, something like that. I noticed
Hmm.
I knew what was the problem. I knew that the link is
Hmm.
messing up. I knew what the solution was.
Okay.
So what I did was I reached out to Catherine. I was like, hey Catherine, I know you have this freaking problem and I know you don't have the time to fix it. I know that it's messing it up as well. Let me create a quick 3 minute loom, send it to your tech guys out there. They're gonna fix it up like fast. And she was like, oh my god, that's freaking awesome. So I sent it to her and she gave it to her tech guys out there and they literally fixed it up. That was the problem she was having from, and she was having a freaking big launch. She was in 40 to 80 interviews in that particular week. Okay. And every
Okay.
and her call to action was that link, and it wasn't working. I got to know about it. Many people
Oh.
other realized as well, but I was the guy who focused and had the solution and just reached out to her. I was like, hey, your solution, just go and fix it up. And she was like, oh my god, that's awesome. And Catherine was the very first guest who got on her show twice. Like she was the only guest in the past who got on our show twice. Like why that happened? And she knew about, and she had freaking crazy energy. She knew about all of the members in our group. Like there were a lot of members she already familiar was. Why? Because he was providing attention now. And then once the interview got done, she sent I literally saved that voice note that she sent to me. She sent me a customized voice note. Hey, thank you so much for having me on my show twice, also fixing my link and this. I was like, damn, she's funnel hacking live speaker. She successfully dreamed 100 Russell Brunson. And I'm like, I went on YouTube how to download voice note
Hmm.
of Messenger. That's what I was doing after that. So I downloaded it and make it happen. So a lot of time people just don't understand. They just go in and start to pitch the stuff. They start to go in and then ask something out there, but they really don't even realize what's happening in their world, in their Dream 100 world. It's not like you're spying them, but
True.
you need to know what's happening in their world rather than focusing on people who doesn't even make any sense. You know. So this is what people go in and can do
True.
with Dream 100.
I got you. I got you. So what you are trying to say is you need to figure out 100 people, if not 100, whatever you can figure out, whatever
Yeah.
people you know in your niche, list them down and then build a relationship with them. Obviously, you can build relationship once you know what is going on in their own life and in their own business. If you can value add something good and then create a relationship and then uh, uh, bring, I mean, you ask them to promote your stuff, right? Am I
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah. Like ultimately it's gonna happen because if you even don't ask, they're gonna be jumping in.
Ah,
If you don't even
right.
ask, sometimes you're supposed to ask, because if you've already served, they're gonna feel like they
Hmm.
owe you something. There's gonna be a point where they're gonna realize that,
True,
man,
true,
you've
true.
served me a lot and now I owe you. And it's gonna happen, and it happens every single time. I have a good friend of mine, like
Yeah, it's
who
human
was also
psychology.
ClickFunnels affiliate manager. Yeah, who was ClickFunnels affiliate
Hmm.
manager. Now he moved into other place. He's literally ready to promote my book that I'm coming up. I didn't ask him. I told him that you were
Hmm.
the part of the book, and he was like, "Man, I'm gonna promote it." He have a lot of audience because he was serving in ClickFunnels for like 3 years, and he was visible into ClickFunnels space.
Okay.
So everyone in ClickFunnels affiliate
Hmm.
program or so knew about him because he was ClickFunnels affiliate manager.
Hmm.
So that is one of the key points as well to understand. either you're gonna ask after serving them a lot of time, or they're gonna say to you, hey, like, how
Hmm.
about if we do this? So you need to keep both of these factors in mind.
So I think what you're saying is, let's say there is a new beginner in affiliate marketing, and he's trying to do Dream 100.
Mhm.
So now, to serve a person who is making 7 to 8 figures, I mean, it really needs some kind of expertise which I need to have. Otherwise, how will I be actually able to figure out what problem that person is
Uh,
having? Like you said, you helped Catherine. You could able to figure out that particular issue. So how a new person will be able to do that? I'm really excited to know that.
Yeah, so okay, the very first thing is, because like the first thing is, before even you serving something like specifically on something, like having some additional skill, if you have, without having some additional skill, the first thing that you want to
Hmm.
have is their attention. That's the very first thing. Like,
Right.
even you're not like directly in a conversation with them, they need to know who you are. Okay, and that's the ultimate thing in the very
True.
first place, because you need to get into in front of their eye, so at least they
Hmm.
get to know. Even if they have a YouTube channel, let's say, if they have a Facebook group, they have thousands of members
Hmm.
in their group. It's like not everyone is in front
Hmm.
of their eye. Some are like, they just casually reacting to their comments also. But some people are like, they literally,
Hmm.
you will see them every single time on every single post. They literally, get noticed. So the very first thing that you can do in, try
Okay.
to go and react, comment, engage with every single post that they're posting, live, whatever it is. They're gonna realize that you are getting into the ecosystem like way fast. You're literally getting into the ecosystem. You're obsessed. You are just like, I'm gonna go in and watch every content that this person is posting up. You know, and that's the easiest way that you can go in and start. Where are the skill? You don't need any skill in the initial start out there. What you need is your ability to just spend time. Because in the initial start, if you don't have skill, if you don't have resources such as money, you can go in and use your time, engage with them,
Right. Right. True.
watch their freaking content, comments, and at one point they're gonna start realize that you are the guy who's watching content out there. Now you be the part of like top 10 people into the group, top 20 people into the group. You're serving them, and that is also the serving part. So it's not compulsory you need to pay.
Right.
It's not compulsory you need to have a
Absolutely.
specific skill. If you have it, freaking awesome. If you don't, you're gonna have it later, but in the initial start you can serve like that.
Right, absolutely. I got it. So yes, people, this is something very exciting, and I really got to know more about Dream 100 today. I never knew that how you can come into limelight for a person who is already making good amount of money. So this is a very beautiful idea which
Yeah.
you told. Engage with their posts so that they can. Yes, obviously, if a person will click all on all my posts and comment on all my YouTube videos, obviously, I will at least get to know his name. Right. So that's a brilliant
Yeah.
strategy, and then we can build a relationship with them. And if we have a product, we can, the strategy which I could understand is, we can get a hell lot of audience using this strategy. We can reach out to huge number of audience by this Dream 100 strategy. And yes, obviously, if we
Yeah.
have reached to so much of audience, we can obviously make sell more products and help more people. Am I right?
Yeah, because like thing is, in every process, the process is the same. You have an audience, you're pre-framing the audience
Hmm.
there for you're nurturing them, and then you're creating a relationship and you're selling to the audience. Imagine
Right.
if everything has happened on their end. I remember there was a guy. It didn't happen very first time, but it happened more often.
Hmm.
There was one of my friend. He also like buy a lot of product from me as an affiliate. He was like,
Hmm.
"Man, you're freaking into Larson's story." I was like, "Okay, that's freaking awesome." Like, so now what's happening is, a lot of people are gonna, if I have interviewed him and I saw that you did the post and there was that picture out there
Hmm.
where Steve also reacted. So if I had done the interview with him, let's say, I'm getting attracted to his audience, because now what I do is I talk about creating the noise. So you're creating an event, you're like talking about a lot. That person also gonna notice that you're talking about that particular stuff. That you're excited. You're not like calm or like
Absolutely.
crickets coming up just because that thing. You're creating noise. That person is also sharing it to their audience. So his audience is also have an idea that he have an interview with you. Directly they're gonna come up. after the interview, you're going to repurpose the content, you're sharing that content, he's going to share it in his profile. Again, he has a lot of followers than
Hmm.
you, so you're getting exposure,
Yeah.
and that's the thing you need. So when Steve joined, like when he joined StreamYard into the interview or so, the very first thing that he
Mm-hmm.
said to me that, hey RJ, I saw you were marketing so hard for our interview. I'm like, hey Steve, it was you, I was supposed to do that. I'm like, it was freaking you out there, like just don't say it. So and and we did the giveaway, we serve it a lot more. So we like, hey, one of you guys are gonna get resting pitch face shirt or capless pig shirt, any of those shirt as a giveaway. So I was providing additional value. And the
Right.
third thing was, that interview was the most watched interview that I've done. Like over 60 people was watching it live. Never have I
Oh,
ever like got
amazing.
like that much of people who was watching the interview at least on live. It was 60 people. I was like, this is sick because it was
Together.
so much
Mhm.
noise. Everyone knew that we were interviewing Steve Larsen and everyone was in there. Set it up
Yes,
their
yes,
alarm,
true.
everything. So that is also one of the other way out there because you're leveraging. That's how it happened. A lot of people is already
Yeah.
briefed him from Steve's end. It opened the window for
Yeah.
me to even reach out to him a lot of times rather than I look like another person who's just reaching him out, you know
True.
also one of the
That's
key
true.
points.
Right. That's amazing. So any kind of, I've seen Russell talking too much in Traffic Secrets book related to
Yeah,
Dream 100. Let me just bring that Traffic Secret book. Yeah. The Traffic Secret book. Russell talks almost, I think, in every chapter he talks about Dream 100, and he
absolutely.
says that if you have a consultation call with me, and which he takes 1 lakh, I mean 100,000 US dollars for just one consultation call, and he said for the first 3 to 4 hours he will only ask you to create a list of the Dream 100.
Yeah,
That's how important it is, right? So,
yeah,
RJ Ahmed, like you are being known as expert in Dream 100 in the industry, in this online industry. So, people would like to know how can you actually help us, the people like us or the beginners in affiliate marketing industry? How can you actually help them in starting with Dream 100 and launching them their own products or services and whatever?
yeah. So like one thing, I have a program called the Dream 100 Masterclass, and it teaches you how to master the
Okay.
concept of Dream 100. And the best part is I also have, just a minute, I also do have like traffic skills in front of me because like it's a freaking crazy book that I do have.
Yeah,
So the only
true.
issue with Dream 100, the only issue with the books are they they
Hmm.
talk about how to do Dream 100. They just talk about how to
Hmm.
do Dream 100. It don't show you how to implement it, and that's the
True,
biggest
true.
problem out there. If there is not an implementation part, people just don't know how they have done and how to do it. For me personally, I had created my own framework that
Hmm.
people have saw, and then I was like, hey, I had done this. If you want to learn how I had done this, I have a
Hmm.
process. Okay. I had Russell Brunson's process. I added something on my own, but I have created my own framework on that. So I teach people how to
Okay.
master the concept of Dream 100 and implement it in your business. It don't happen often time that Dana Derricks talk about that follow this guy for Dream 100. It don't happen. He told me, and when we did the
Yes,
interview last,
absolutely.
probably last week, if you've attended that or so, he told that follow him for Dream 100. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how cool is that? He is into the book. He talks about Dream 100. He's all
Yeah.
about Dream 100 itself. It's like freaking crazy. So I teach people how to use even the power of interviews to make sure to create relations with the Dream 100 out there, because
Mm-hmm.
they do a lot of interviews. I mean a lot. It's like hundreds of interviews out there. You need to make sure your interview is a unique one. So I have a process I call interviews
Hmm.
secrets. Okay, where you create your Dream 100 list,
Okay.
and not like just it's like implementation. I have a software that I provide people that, as a CRM software, so they
Oh,
create their Dream 100 list on that software. So they have all of the people out there. They create Dream 100 list. They start to reach out to them. After they reach out to them, they book
amazing.
them, booking the interview, and after booking the interview out there, they do the constructive follow-up. Okay, after they do the constructive follow-up, you set things up for the interview, and here comes the freaking awesome part, and that is another framework, doing the actual interview. Okay, And after doing the actual interview, there's
True.
repurposing content. But when you're doing an interview, and I don't know, a few days, like 2 days back, I have done an podcast interview with one of my friend out there. He asked how you do the interview. It's like the
Mm-hmm.
interview that you do are freaking crazy. And I told him the process, how I do. And I even teach it in the masterclass itself. But I talk about, and I even pre-frame my person out there. In there's never been any time I have sent questions to anyone. I haven't. I don't care how that person big or small is. I keep it natural and I never send them questions. And the only reason they're gonna say yes if you already build the trust as well. Because like you're on live.
True.
You can literally go in and ask any question if and they can
Ask any
even
question.
yeah, and they can't
Absolutely.
even deny. Like they can't say anything. It's your trust. So what I do is I told them, hey, we have an interview. I'm gonna talk about from the starting of your journey to the point where you are, and we could talk about all of the things between that as well. But
Oh, that's
point is,
amazing.
I never ask any question that is already been asked. I ask the backstory, but depending upon the person's nature, if my audience is not familiar, if they are, I never ask backstory. Like, who don't know Steve Larsen backstory? Like, it's crazy if people don't
Absolutely.
know. And other thing, what I do is I make sure to ask those questions that never been asked, but should be related and should be unique.
Yeah.
And a lot of time it happened. Like, listen, like I have testimonials of these type of things that Steve Larsen was talking about. That interview was awesome. Catherine Jones was talking about the exact same thing. Dave Wood was like, damn. Like Bailey Rich, I asked one question from Bailey Richard and she was like, wow, I have done so many interviews. No one have asked me this question. So these type of things was happen. And then they it make it realize to them that I was like so focused in them, and the question that I asked like was so freaking unique. It opened me the window, to engage with them, to
True.
create relationship with them. And then some of them reached out to me to promote their product as an affiliate, whatever they're launching, and I was in there promoting their products. And that is the reason, and that is the second reason out there why. Uh, Let me show you something.
Yeah, please. Oh man, what is gonna show?
So that is reason I got this bag, this Clickfunnels bag out there. If you guys never
Amazing.
noticed, and the only reason why it happened, I have made a lot of money out there than me in Clickfunnels as an affiliate. Lot of like six figures. I haven't made six figures as in Clickfunnels affiliate. Okay, what
Hmm.
happened was I created exposure with every freaking person, and they're like, they're sending me gifts and packages out there that I literally never thought about this stuff. What happened because I created relation even with Miles, with Ben, with Eva Turner as well, with Dave. Like who's freaking left? It's like Russell Brunson is the only guy who's like on the spot, and that's the only reason you're serving, you're providing, you're becoming friends as well because it's opening you the spot as well. And that's how they made me ClickFunnels platinum affiliate, even though I wasn't making six figures. And they're like just 130 of them out of 30-40,000. And even out of 30-40,000 affiliates, some of them are six figures, but they're not platinum affiliate.
Hmm. True.
That's the freaking main reason. And that's the only reason out there why guys like us using Dream 100 can do literally anything, even if they do affiliate marketing, it works.
Yeah.
Because I'm an affiliate marketer as well, but it's working because that's how you do. So that's the thing.
Absolutely. I never expected. I was just thinking that you are teaching Dream 100. I thought it will be just uh, kind of theoretical. But the stuff you told me right now to the audience, you have built a whole software to help people keep maintain their Dream 100s and all. So it's fantastic, fantastic. I
Like
must say.
I have
So
done one thing I would like to add is I have done everything on
yeah.
my own, and then I have teach it like taught people out there. Right now I'm working on what the
Okay.
thing I'm working on. I'm doing direct response now. I'm doing direct response. Then I'm gonna work on the another version of the masterclass where I'm gonna show them how you need to do direct response as well. What resources you need, what this and that and that. That's an additional thing because
Oh,
you can
amazing.
also use. So whatever I teach, I have done that on my own earlier, and then I started to teach people. So nothing is theoretical. It's like freaking implementation.
Hmm. Yeah, true, true, true. That's amazing. So
Yeah.
you are gonna be I think you are gonna be the only guy teaching Dream 100, I think. Uh, that's amazing. That's freaking amazing. So if anyone wants to know about Dream 100, he is absolutely going to come to you.
Yeah,
That's how
absolutely.
you create monopolies, right?
That's how it
Brilliant,
happened.
brilliant.
That if anyone go in and ask, like, who is your go-to guy for Dream 100, everyone in there apart from
Yes.
Russell and Dana were like, RJ, just go for this guy. Just that's what happened.
Yeah.
That's how I position in something that these big giants like
Ah.
Russell and Dana was, position. And then I just went in and I was like, damn, this is the thing.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's how it happened.
I
Literally.
huh. I I also came to know about you because people, I asked few of them, so how this Dream 100 actually works. They said, man, go and ask RJ Ahmed.
Yeah.
So that's what how you have created your own position in this market. And this is something which every marketer should learn, I believe, to position yourself in the market with something you have, or you get an expert of. Otherwise you're just the other person, right? Nobody notices you. But that's the strategy. Amazing. So yes, now I just want you to okay, yes, one more thing. If you can drop the link in the comments, that would be amazing, regarding, so that people can reach out to you.
Yeah, for
If
sure.
you can do that, that
Let
will be
me.
amazing. Or yeah, I think I do have your link.
Yeah, it's the dream100masterclass.com.
Great. People should not at least miss, at least if somebody decides to know more about Dream 100. Okay. So the one more thing I want to ask you is, uh, the single advice which you will prefer to give to a person who has just started his business, or he's thinking of starting his online business, he's
Mhm.
mentally ready, yes, this is the thing. What will be that single advice
Okay,
as per you?
and I think so. Most people have said the exact same thing. What I'm gonna say, and it's like get a mentor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's like get a freaking mentor,
Amazing.
because like what's gonna happen is when you get a mentor, is they're gonna turn your ego down. That's the very first thing, because you're thinking you're the smartest person, but you're not, and they're gonna turn your ego down. That's the very first thing. The second thing what they're gonna do is they've already have their roadmap. Okay, they have already
Right.
done what you try to do. For example, if they're making $30,000 per month and your goal is just to make 3 grand, it's nothing for them.
Mm-hmm.
They've already done that, and they've done that like 10 times more. You know, so they're gonna let you know how you can go in and do, and whatever you and okay, some people feel like whatever they're doing is correct, even if they are like they're getting disturbed, or like they're not getting focused, and they feel like I just don't know what's happening. For a person who is your mentor, for them it's common, because they've already been through that,
Mm.
been there, done that type of stuff, and they've already done all of those things out there, and they're like, it is common. You're gonna overcome it ultimately. And for them, oh no, no, no. Like, so
Right.
it depends. So I would definitely suggest a person just go for mentor. And it's not like you. It's like, okay, you need some money, collect it, or save it, or use it, or utilize it. Then have a mentality of getting a mentor out there. I have, you
Hmm.
already know about, for anything that I've got into, I've got different sort of mentors out there. I wanted to launch my Chrome extension. I got Kim. You know, if I wanted to learn a little bit about Google Ads. I bought a Google Ads course, and also that guy who's gonna support me. I wanted to know Facebook. I wanted to know about Facebook ads and how I can use for email marketing. I got a course from that, and then a coach from that. And for Dream
Absolutely.
100, I bought the book, the challenge, consumed so much of my own stuff, studied a lot of things, and even I had planned to go for like one-on-one with Dana. You know, so you need to have a mentality to go and invest, because there's gonna be a time where, if there is a wall and you're jumping on the halfway, you're not gonna jump more than halfway because you don't know how to do it. A person who's already done that is
Right.
gonna teach you how to do it, and what stretches you need to make, what exercises you need to do, just in order to make sure you stretch your body and jump over the wall. you know so that is one of the most common thing that people do the mistakes for. Get a coach,
Right.
or
I
get a
got you.
mentor out there, make sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you know YouTube videos and books, you can only listen to them, but you cannot discuss that, yes, I'm stuck here and what can be the next move. And you cannot have the accountability partner. Book cannot be your accountability partner. But
Yeah.
yes, mentor is someone who can do that. Absolutely. That was the mistake I too did. And Wilhelm also advised that particular thing which you told right now, to getting a mentor. So yes, that's very important. So thank you very much, Ajay Ahmed. I think we are more than 5 minutes. you know, uh,
Truly appreciate it, man.
uh, yeah, thank you very much. So yes, uh, now I request you. Yeah, you did an amazing thing to know people regarding Dream 100. And yes, if somebody wants to approach regarding Dream 100, yeah, they will absolutely come to you. And yeah, thank you very much, Ajay Ahmed. Thank you for
Truly
your
appreciate
time.
it, Rahul. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Signing out, brother. Thank you. Take care.